You might have seen us playing a rad BMX game before the show.
That's right. That's right. That game is Descenders. And to celebrate the launch of the new Mixer interactive game, we have Mike Rose on the phone.
Michael,
From Mike
there?
Rose.
Hello? Hello?
Are you there? Oh, Mike, your video's not working.
There.
Hang on,
His
hang
picture's
on,
there.
hang on a minute.
That's Mike.
Hang on a
And it's a
minute.
majestic.
There he is.
There he is.
Mike.
Mike.
Oh, I'm not plugged in.
Welcome to Tips and Tricks.
I screw this up every
I'm not plugged
time.
in either, but it's
Hold
okay.
on, Mike.
We're amateurs at this after 50 episodes. Mike.
It's fine. No one noticed. No one noticed.
No one noticed. Yeah, sure. Mike, thank you so much for coming on the show. First off, before we get started, I got to say you are one of the best developer streams on Mixer. Like, you are so funny and so charismatic. Love watching you, man. So thank you for coming on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
And
You're
so,
welcome.
yeah.
I mean, I've decided to grace you with my presence, of course. So,
Great. That's true.
But we're here to talk about Descenders, and it's exciting day because it
Yeah.
released on Xbox today. So
It
congratulations.
did.
How does that feel?
it's really good. I'm also knackered. That's British for tired. It's been a very long day. I did like a 6-hour stream earlier today of the game. So
Wow.
I'm probably gonna sleep after this.
Dang,
maybe.
man. First, I got to just take a note. Knackered is British
Yeah.
for tired.
Yeah,
Got it.
absolutely.
Okay.
And you take
Learning so
naps,
much.
which is something that I do so I can appreciate a good nap taker, you know? Or maybe you don't
Yeah.
take naps, you just
Yeah,
have
of
to go to
course.
sleep. That's fine. So now I was watching Descenders before, and I describe it as like sort of like a 3D version of Trials, but that may be an oversimplification. For anybody who's watching the show, tell us what Descenders is.
Yeah, Descenders is a downhill mountain biking game, except that, surprisingly enough, it has roguelike elements to it. So every single world that you travel through in Descenders has been procedurally generated before you play it, and there are, in fact, about 3.5 billion levels in the game. So it's pretty weird. People seem to be enjoying it, which is nice.
Jeez.
3.5 billion. You know, I think you should mess with the gamers, and when the game fully releases, just put an achievement that you have to play all 3.5 billion levels.
The completionist is just like, oh my
This
god.
is gonna take a bit of time.
So, Mike, what prompted you to make a free riding game?
So I'm from No More Robots. I'm the publisher. Rage Squid are the developer. In fact, Rosie Albers, who's in the chat right now, is the artist on the game.
Oh.
And those guys were super inspired. I don't know if you've seen this thing called Red Bull Rampage, where it's a bit like what you're playing right now, where people are essentially just doing stupid stuff in sort of the desert on bikes.
Yeah.
They just saw that kind of stuff and they were massively inspired, and they kind of just wanted to make a video game that looked a lot like that, and that is where this is spawned from, essentially.
That is awesome. And I see Rosie in chat shout out.
Huge
Very,
shout out.
very awesome art direction. I love that. Yeah, Mike, what prompted you to make this game?
Every single time, if Rosie wasn't here, I would have been like, well, here's how I did it. But because Rosie was there, I was like, oh god, he's gonna call me out if I don't say it.
That's awesome. Scott, what was your question you wanted to make sure we asked? We're playing now. That is actually Tabs playing right now, so feel free to criticize Tabs in
Yeah,
chat.
his gameplay.
And interactive should be up, so you guys can drop seeds for Tabs.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, so what, okay, I want to have Mike explain it. So,
Okay.
Mike, how does the interactivity with Mixer work? Can you walk us through that?
Yeah, so there's two different types of Mixer interactivity in the game. If you play the career mode while you've got the Mixer interactivity on, a bunch of buttons appear under the stream, as they do in interactive streams, and people can click the buttons to either do nice things to you or to mess with you. So they can give you lives, they can give you props, they can also cut your brakes so you can't brake anymore.
That's awesome.
They can decide that the next level it will be nighttime, or there'll be a storm. Or anything like that. Then the second Mixer interactivity, if you boot up free ride mode, which is what you're in right now, this box appears under the stream which says enter a seed in it, and people can put level seeds into the game, and their names will appear in a playlist like you've seen, and then you guys can then just hit the streamer or whoever's playing it on Mixer can then just hit the Y button on the Xbox controller, and it just plays through everybody's seeds one by one.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
That's
So you
pretty
got
cool.
community picking the maps for you.
Yeah,
That's pretty great.
This game is like tiramisu. It's got layers, Mike. It's got layers.
Ooh, I like that.
Thank
Malik,
you.
I like
Thank
that.
you.
That
I was
all right.
doing on that the whole time.
Not bad.
So now, Mike, would you recommend that some of these tricks be tried in real life? I imagine I know the answer, but just want to know.
I have only been mountain biking a few times, and I don't know if you've been mountain biking. It is awful. It's the worst thing. Basically, it makes your legs feel like they are burning.
Yeah.
So the answer is definitely no. No one should ever try anything. No one should ride bikes. Riding bikes is silly. Just play the video games instead.
I agree.
I get it. Yeah, I completely understand.
Mountain biking, especially going downhill, you're moving so fast. There's rocks everywhere. There's trees. Like I get tripped up walking up the stairs if I'm not thinking straight about it. So I would never, absolutely never try this.
Yeah,
ever.
I totally can relate. Rather just play the game. Yeah, I'm not gonna risk my body, which is a temple. By the way,
it is a temple. It's you can't do that.
Gotta keep it clean. Do you have any secret track seeds, by the way, that you might want to tease, share with us?
We do have some secret levels in the game. I can tease that. I mean, some of the people who are in the chat right now know about them because they've been playing it all day already.
Yeah.
But for example, maybe there might be some form of construction site that you can find in the game if you sort of look around the first world a little harder than you normally would.
I like it. All right. Chat.
Yeah, and that's very Trials. That construction site level is very Trials. It's very sort of, you got to climb up all of these boxes and stuff to get to the top of it.
That sounds
It's well hard though.
All right, good to know. Yeah, chat, go looking. Start searching for that.
Yeah.
See, I want to see if they find it, how fast they start finding that stuff.
Well, people
That's
are
pretty cool, man.
Yeah, people are pretty quick at finding Easter eggs and secrets.
Yeah, most definitely.
So Mike, what are some of the updates that are going to come to the game? Any plans for future interactivity, or what do you have planned?
Oh God, yeah. There's loads of stuff. We don't know what order it's going to happen in because the way we've been building the game is whatever people ask for next, whatever people are screaming for next the most, we essentially put that in the game next. So things that people are asking for, which we're definitely going to be doing. We're going to be doing new worlds. So there's 4 worlds in the game right now. We'll definitely put in new worlds in. We're going to be adding these little central hub areas that people can kind of hang out in. Eventually, we're going to be adding multiplayer stuff, so we're going to be having hubs that players can come and hang out in, possibly even race around together.
Yeah.
We've not locked down the multiplayer yet. We don't 100% know what it looks like, but everybody keeps asking and asking and asking for it, so we kind of have to now.
Mike, that is music to my ears. I want to compete in multiplayer so I could crush Ethan like the tiny little bug he is. So make sure that happens. That's my vote.
Really working out some personal issues in this episode, man.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I feel that same way. I will say this game multiplayer does sound like an incredibly good time.
Absolutely.
I loved playing Skate with all my friends, and I loved playing like you said, Trials is such a fun game, and the multiplayer is okay, but like this kind of the way that this plays and looks, I think would be unbelievably hilarious to play multiplayer.
I mean, people keep asking us as well. Of course, they keep asking us when we're going to add a battle royale mode. 100 people just riding around on bikes, trying to kick each other off. Never. I mean, maybe I should never say
I don't hate that idea. Yeah, I do love the idea of 100 people running down a mountain and just trying to kick each other off as you get to the bottom.
Chaos.
Yeah.
I imagine there are technical limitations that may prevent that, but our vote's in it for it anyway. So, Mike, just
we'll see. And I will say this: our producer highlighted this before as a fan, but any VR on the horizon?
Ooh, good question.
The answer is yes. So people have been asking us about VR because the game has a first-person mode. If the Y button on the controller changes through a bunch of different cameras, and you can set it to first person. And every single time we show first person, people are like, "When's it coming to VR?" And we have had some meetings with Oculus, who have now sent us kits to build it for VR. So I guess we got to do that now.
Love it.
We'll probably have to sell sick buckets to go with it. Because I imagine it's not going to settle people's stomachs very well. But
I think you're gonna need some Dramamine on standby. Tabs, can you go into first person just for a second, just so we can imagine what that? Oh my God! VR, imagine that in VR.
VR is coming, so get your underwear purchases ready because it's about to get really scary.
Oh, you landed it.
Very
nice, Tabs. That is awesome. Now, as a developer, like we mentioned before, I personally think you're a great streamer on Mixer, and as a developer, that's like doubly awesome.
Yeah.
So, do you have any tips for other developers specifically in terms of streaming tips?
Yeah, I think that one of the... So I think I told you earlier, I have no idea why people enjoy watching me on stream. I genuinely just don't know. I just basically go... And for some reason, people find me funny. I have streamed for a very long time. I've streamed for years on like multiple different platforms, and now sort of Mixer is my home now for streaming. And so I think just because I've done so much streaming... That's just what happens, right? The more you do a thing, the better you become at it, the more you understand what works and what doesn't, the more you become, I guess, just sort of okay with it and zen with it. So when I like boot up a stream now, I'm just like, yeah, whatever. I'll just hang out with some cool people on Mixer. I think that's honestly the one thing that I tell developers. Just if you wanna kind of build a presence on Mixer or just streaming in general, you just got to do it. You've actually got to sit there. And it might be horrible at first, because some developers are like, I don't want to stream, I feel stupid. And yeah, you will feel stupid. Everybody does when they first start streaming. You feel like an idiot. But you just got to do it.
Yeah.
You just got to do it, and it's great after a while. So
yeah. Honestly, that's great advice for anyone trying to get into streaming, because you do feel dumb.
Yeah.
It's awkward, right?
It is a bit awkward. And
yeah.
if you're okay with taking compliments, I got to say that you have a sort of an infectious personality, and you seem really comfortable on camera. So half of it is just, and also you seem to love your game. So I think... There you go. A compliment free from.
It's all a ruse. It's all a ruse. I'm actually a really depressing person, and I hate the game.
Well, you're a very good actor.
Just waiting for that check to clear, baby. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. I'm out of here.
We done with this stupid interview? God.
So we should do tips for the game as well. I feel like that's.
Sure.
I need some tips. Tabs is playing it. Tabs could use some tips. He's done okay.
It's been clear after this gameplay.
Good,
not great, I would say, Tabs.
I think it's very good. I think whoever's playing right now is really good at this.
Tabs,
he's
there
giving
you
you
go.
compliments, Tabs. All right. He's saying it's terrible.
Yeah.
No, he said it's very good.
Yeah, you never give Tabs compliments because he'll just never let you hear the end of it.
He won't. Yeah, he'll bring it up in an email 2 days later. So Mike, on just piggybacking off that, do you have like 2 or 3 good tips for someone who's just picking up Descenders?
Absolutely. So one of the main things that people do when they first pick up the game is they feel like they just have to do everything in one go. They have to do all the tricks, and and they'll just keep bailing over and over again. I mean, it's part of the learning curve, really. So I don't really want to tell people to not do that, but you will learn very quickly that you need to actually get a basic grasp of the game first and how to not bail over and over again before you then start adding the flips in and adding the silliness. Another great thing to do is if you take off really high and really hard and you are clearly going to bail when you hit the ground, try and, just as you're landing, try and use the right stick to counter pump. You can push up and try and counter pump. It'll bring your biker in and he can try and take some of the impact. It won't always work. It won't always work. A lot of the time you'll still bail anyway. But it can take some of the force. And that has saved me many times before.
It's good to know. It's good.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's always good to try and do that.
Cool. Well, those are great tips, actually.
I'm super excited to start playing the game.
Yeah.
Mike. Oh, we have a question from chat. Corrupted Pixel asks, are you currently being held in Manchester? Is that what you...
Manchester.
Manchester,
yes,
yeah.
to touch nose. Touch nose for yes.
Oh, being held, like held hostage. Okay, got it. Okay. I was like, what?
I am. That's why I've never left.
Oh, that's
enough.
awesome. Also, thanks for including a Mixer banner in game. We appreciate that.
Yeah, and if you could get
nice
a tips
touch.
and tricks banner, that would be good too.
Oh yeah, add it. Yeah, you don't. No
There's
pressure.
actually so when you stream the game, I don't know if the biker is wearing it. No, not. But when you stream the game with the Mixer interactivity, you unlock a full Mixer kit: helmet, goggles, pants, shirt.
That's actually a good call out.
Nice.
People, streamers. Good call.
Awesome.
Good call. That's
yeah.
sweet. Yeah.
So, Mike, once again, let's go over availability for the game and where people can find you to interact and give feedback and all that good stuff.
Absolutely. So the game is now available on both PC, on Steam, and on Xbox One. You can pick it up right now. It's 10% off for this whole week, just kind of celebrating the Xbox launch. So it is $25 or 20 quid. Or 23 euros, well, that's with a 10% launch discount as well, so I guess it's like £18, $22, $50, all of the numbers of money in the world. And you can join the Discord. The Discord is super important. We have like 5,000 people in the Discord. It's discord.gg/Descenders. Descenders, and if you slash Descenders
Slash
like that, and if you go there, then all the developers are in there, tons of people who will help you out to play the game. There's just tons of people talking about the game, basically.
Awesome.
So it's well worth it.
That's awesome. All right,
That's it.
great. Yeah. Mike, thank you
Mike.
so much.
Yeah. Everyone, give it up for Mike.
Mike and his game.
Descenders.
Congrats on the launch, Mike.
Yeah!
Yes.
Go big!
Awesome. Dude, thank you so much.